All right, dude, can I speak? I've heard you spoken. Can I
Oh,
address
go
that illiterate?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, Stu.
go ahead, Stu.
Peace.
Let me address that illiterate young lady. Because, first thing, it is unfortunate that when you look at a black immigrant, you tend to group all immigrants in the same basket. Just like how people tend to group all Hispanics in the same basket. It's not all Hispanic is the same Hispanic. It's not all black immigrants are the same immigrant. You have immigrants from Africa, you have immigrants from the Caribbean, you have immigrants from South America, you have immigrants from all over the world who happen to be black.
Yeah.
No, this young lady is Haitian. And unfortunately, something that has happened in Miami over the last 30 years is that the zeitgeist has changed. There has been a fundamental shift that the first generation that comes into this country who pull themselves, open and close quotation, by the bootstrap and now lives in houses that value 500,000 and have their children now become me Negroes instead of we Negroes. If we go back in time and we look at a situation like the Harlem Renaissance, and Unbiased knows about the Harlem Renaissance. The Harlem Renaissance was in the 20s when black people from all over America and all over the world came to Harlem and made a fundamental change. They developed an attitude of how black people shall move going forward. Now, these black people that you see, these Haitians, they don't speak for everybody. They speak for themselves. What you're having now is a red pill argument in the black community, something similar to a red pill argument, where successful black people want to ingratiate themselves closer to white level of thinking. They're not thinking black anymore. It's not a matter of us versus them. It's not a matter of me and we. It's a matter of me. She's a me Negro. And you cannot use a me Negro to determine the outlook of every Negro that you see. Because we never normally operate like that. She's a me Negro. And you have me Negroes in ADOS and FBA too. You have me Negroes. That's the 2024 is the rise of the me Negro. Of I pulled myself up by the bootstrap Negro.
I didn't say
But
that Puerto
hold on. Where do you find the me Negro in the FBA's?
I
Stu,
didn't
please.
say that
Name one that you
Puerto
know.
Give up.
Tariq Nasheed is a me.
Okay, Mike Peace. Okay, I give it tabs.
Where's Tariq Nasheed a me Negro?
Because Tariq Nasheed program is about Tariq Nasheed. And Tariq Nasheed has changed his program in accordance to what he wants, not in accordance to what the program wants. And what
Yeah, but
Tariq Nasheed was selling, let me finish.
go ahead.
What Tariq Nasheed was selling 6 months ago, what Tariq Nasheed was selling 3 months ago, is totally different than what Tariq Nasheed is selling today.
Okay,
Am I
describe it.
biased? I don't need to describe it. You go and read. Don't come out. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You
Because
just said he was selling something different. So what was he selling then that's distinct from what he's selling now?
What that shows me is that you're a cult member and not an individual thinker. Because if you're saying to me that I need to describe to you that Tariq Nasheed arguments are the same that it was 6 months ago, I won't have a conversation with you.
If I'm unfamiliar with what he was selling, I'm not as familiar with Tariq Nasheed as you may be. So I'm asking you, can you distinguish what from then is different from now? That's all.
And I will suggest to go and do your research.
You can't make a statement and tell me go do research. You got to actually come with the evidence.
I would say to you, sir, because we're not in a classroom now, and I teach you.
Yeah, but it's not at the top of it's not at the top of your mind. It's not at the top of your mind.
You need now to go and do your research and realize that Tariq Nasheed argument.
You tell to go and do my research without first providing me with the explanation of. It don't work like that, stupid.
I won't, because guess what? Just like how Trump has MAGA, and
Yeah.
they don't waste time explaining it to MAGA. Tariq Nasheed has FBAs who are cult
FBA
followers.
FBA is not a group. It is used, as we just discussed, an ethnic identifier.
You want to call it any which way you want to call it.
No, I want to call it
But
what it is.
okay, you decide what it is. All
No,
right,
that's what
call it
they
anything.
decided. That's what they decided. I didn't decide it. I remember I'm not a part of this quote unquote cult you're talking about.
Oh,
You know how you're a Jamaican American? Jamaican, what you would use generally as your ethnic identifier? What would you use to identify me, who is a descendant of black people that went through U.S. slavery? Because I'm not Jamaican. I'm not Haitian. What would you call me? What am I?
you're an American.
I'm what?
You are an American who just happens to
Okay.
be black.
But what is my ethnic identifier?
You never think it that way. You
What's my
are an American.
what's my ethnic identifier? You don't just say, "Oh, he's an American," because a person is American. What's my ethnic identifier?
What is ethnicity?
It's basically the
Let- let-
cultural group that you come from, that you share history with.
An
You all share
American.
the
And I
no
said it
a
a while
white
ago. You are an
no
American.
no it's different. America has different is made up of different ethnicities within it. White people are their own ethnic group, and black people in America are their own ethnic group. We used to just use
If
the
you
terms
were,
white. We
if,
used to just use the terms white and black, but it's
if,
become very diverse now.
let's be honest. Let's be honest. If you're
But
walking down the street, I like kind of people with this, you know. If you were walking down the street
yes,
and you happen to be white, and I was supposed to ask you, what is your ethnicity? What
uh-huh.
would you say to me? What
I would
would you say to me?
if I'm a white American, I would say I'm white. If I'm Russian, I would say Russian.
No. But
Say it
the
again.
average person, but what you're saying now is that you're not speaking the truth.
What do you mean
Because
I'm
the
not speaking?
average American, no, because because 90% of the Americans who happen to be white, when
Uh-huh.
questioned what they, when they're asked what are they, the only answer they give is that they are American. They do not say that
No.
they're white.
Yes, they do.
No,
What are
stop
you
it,
talking
stop
about?
it.
You're wrong. You tell me stop it, and you're wrong.
Yes, yeah. It's true. A lot of white folks say they're white.
They say they're white. If they're white, if they come from, if they just immigrated here, then they tell you, you know, their ethnicity according to their country. They say I'm Russian, or I'm German, or they'll say, you know, I'm Greek. Shit like this. You got some.
All right. Okay. My
Look at the
apologies.
look at
My
the white
apologies.
Jews. They don't say I'm white. They say I'm Jewish, right?
Right.
Okay, my apologies. My apologies. Because what I did was wrong. Let me
Okay.
rephrase my. Let me put the situation into one that I'm used to. As
Okay.
somebody who used to work at the hotels in Jamaica to pick
Uh
up
huh.
a small chains, huh? When encountered with Americans,
Oh, then they'll tell you they're American. Yeah, because you're in a different country.
stop. When encountered with Americans, regardless of their physical characteristics,
Yeah, that's in
whether
Jamaica.
well, let me finish. Whether the eyes want to be slanted or the hair want to be nappy,
Uh huh.
or they want to be blonde hair or blue eye,
Come
when
on.
asked when asked the question, what are you?
Uh
What
huh.
how do they answer?
You said when you were a manager at a hotel in Jamaica, right?
I'm not a manager. When I was working at the hotel, I
Okay, when
said,
you were at the hotel,
how do
but in Jamaica, right?
yes, how do they answer?
Oh yeah, in Jamaica they're gonna answer you they're an American
They're
because
going to answer that there.
they're gonna answer American because there's a different social context.
So they're in Jamaica, they're going to tell you that they are the same person who black here, who have on the black, green, the black, red, and green.
Yeah, they're
He's
gonna
not going to say,
identify
I'm
themselves. They're
black
gonna
here.
identify themselves with the country they come from. So they'll say I'm an American.
So ethnicity. So he's going to tell me
That's their
that
nationality. That's their nationality.
no. You can't have it both ways, brother. You
I'm not
cannot have it
having it
both
both
ways.
ways. I'm telling you how they identify. They identify with their nationality when they go abroad.
Right.
There's a difference between nationality and ethnicity. A lot of people confuse those things. It's not the same thing. Nationality is basically the nation you belong to. Ethnicity is a cultural group you belong to.
No. When you're abroad, when you're going abroad, and you have other groups,
Yes.
your nationality and your ethnicity are intertwined when faced with other groups, because
I
you're
mean,
telling me that culturally. No, you know that, Tomas. Because when faced with other groups outside of your predominant group, you are now establishing that culturally, I am an American. You're not saying that
you you
I'm
you're
black. You're
you're
saying to me that
establishing your nationality,
you're establishing your culture also. That
your
I am an American.
nationality. You assume the culture, but it's the nationality which
I
they're
don't assume,
establishing.
no, I don't assume the culture is what you tell me. I ask you what you are, and
Oh,
you
let me
tell me
ask you.
what you are.
Okay, Stupies. Let me ask you this question. It's a lot of
Mm,
people that's born in Jamaica whose
mm,
heritage comes from China, right?
mm-hmm.
Okay, if they were to come to America and I was to ask them what they are, what would they say?
Jamaican,
Jamaican, right? And what is that? Is that their ethnic group or is that their nationality?
like cultural group.
That's their nationality. They are Jamaican. But if you were
That's a
talking
cultural
about
group.
these people ethnic group, if you use the same social constructs in Jamaica that we use in America, they would call themselves Chinese Jamaican. The same way
Uh,
you properly would be identified as a Jamaican American.
right, but what you're trying to force, and what FB is trying to force,
If
is this?
I'm trying to teach you the distinction between ethnicity and
No,
nationality. They're not the same thing.
dude, don't try to teach me. Don't try to
I,
teach me because
I
you know
mean,
what?
listen, you
Because
tell me don't try to, I
no,
won't try
dude,
to no more. I offer it up,
don't try to
but
teach
if
me.
I want
Don't
to
try
take
to teach
it,
because
no
because
problem. But there's a
because
difference between the two.
dude, the nuances of it is that when we when we are in our group, when you're in
Yeah.
America, when the pie is strictly American, you tend not to get very distinct with every slice.
Yeah, when you're in
So you're
America.
in America. Yeah, when you are in America and you're cutting out that pie, you tend to
It,
describe every slice more.
yeah, because
You
there's
t-
a better filter applied in America than it is in other countries.
but when you take that same pie and you put it in the international market, you tend not to grasp to the familiar. You do not want to stand alone. You do not want to stand by yourself. You do
No, we
not
don't
want to
mind.
stand
No, no,
up.
no, 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 no. You're confusing it. It's not that we don't want to stand by ourselves. We understand that those people's education is not suffice for them to understand American social context.
No,
So
no,
we
no,
give
no,
it
no.
to
That's
them the
not
way
true.
that they can register it. Don't confuse the two. It's not that we don't want to stand on our own.
Okay.
Black Americans always
Uh,
stood on their own.
all right, let's be honest. Let's be honest with ourselves now. Let's be honest with ourselves. Let's look
Let's
at
be honest.
Nigeria. Let's look at Nigeria. Let's
Yeah,
compare Nigeria to the United States.
yeah.
How many black people are in Nigeria?
I think
What's the
it's
population?
over. I think it's over. It might be somewhere around 80 million, something like that.
All right, so the population too big. I'm not going to use Nigeria.
It's almost. I think it might be double what the United States has.
No, you're not
Shit,
using Nigeria.
let
The
me
population
look it
too
up. Let me look up what the population of Nigeria is like. Let me look that up. I think they got one of the world's fastest growing populations in Africa. Let me see. Nigerian population.
big. All right, no, leave
Oh
Nigeria.
damn! No,
What?
they got like 240 million. They
Yeah,
got
too much
way more
people.
than I said.
All
Yeah,
right,
it's a
yeah.
lot.
So guess what? I'm going to use per capita per 100,000, and I'm going to compare Botswana, which is a black African country. Would you agree with me on that?
Yeah.
I think Botswana is a sub-Saharan African country. Yeah. What about it?
Yeah, but I'm going to compare Botswana to blacks in the United States
You're gonna compare
and
them to
achieve.
blacks in the United
Yes,
States?
an achievement. Yes, yes, yes. And we're going to say per 100,000, are there more lawyers in Botswana than than black lawyers in the United States per 100,000.
That could be true. I wouldn't know, but that could be true. But what's your point?
Well, I'm asking. No, because you are saying you made an argument or you made a point that the other black people around the world is less educated
Oh, they
than
are.
American black.
Yeah, that's a
Didn't
fact.
you
They
say
are.
that?
Yeah, that's a fact.
No, but
That's not even up for debate.
but if I'm going country by country and I just established and I'm using Botswana and I'm asking you if per 100,000, if there are more
Yeah,
black
but you
lawyers
see,
in
but hold on,
Botswana.
hold on.
No,
I
no, no,
mean,
no, no, no.
the way
I'm
you're
asking you a
framing
question.
the argument, it's the way you're framing the argument, which is going to be misleading. Compare their collective to our collective.
Right, that's what I'm doing.
Not per
But because
100,000. No, compare their entire collective to our entire collective, and look at the
it has,
educational level. The
dude,
if you using
dude,
time out,
dude,
Stupies.
dude,
If
dude.
you're using
No,
IQ,
dude.
listen to me. If
You
you're
interrupt
using
me. You
IQ,
interrupt me. You
I'm
interrupt me,
I'm
and you're dumb. You interrupt
I'm
me, and you're dumb because you're never dumb. You want to
I'm
interrupt me
dumb.
because you.
I'm about to let you talk.
Let me
I'm
tell you why.
telling you the way
Let
that
me tell
you
you why
framing
you're
the
dumb.
argument is
Let me tell you
misleading.
why you're dumb. Let me tell you why you're dumb.
Now,
Because statistical.
please, we throwing that
Let me finish
homonyms
speaking.
down.
All
We
right.
throwing that
Okay. Let me
homonyms.
finish because you cut me off. You cut me off in my own argument. Let me finish speaking and then you will
Yeah,
speak.
because your
And I'll
argument's
continue.
misleading.
See there? You calling me dumb in a nicer way. Say I'm misleading the people.
No,
So we're doing the same thing.
that's not me
Because
calling you
when
dumb.
when we make
To
comparison,
mislead somebody is not
when
to
we
be
when
dumb.
unbiased, when you make comparison between population, you have to standardize it. And how they standardize it, they choose a number per 100, per 100,000. So let's say there's a disease outbreak, and one country has 1,000 cases, and one country has 100 cases. Looking at the number, the outright number, to say, oh, this country has 1,000 cases. It must be, it must be, it must have a worse situation. But it's have 1,000 cases, but the population is 1,000,000. And this person have 100 cases, but the population is 1,000.
Yeah, but
So therefore,
Stupies, let
oh,
me see.
because you're
This
not
is
even thinking.
remember last time Stupies was talking, and I was able to quickly stop him when he tried to say when American tourists go to America, they just identify as American, and I had to tell him, yeah, it's in Jamaica. That's why he wanted to like go on this long rant about that shit. The same thing is happening here. Stupies, we live in a country
Go
which is
ahead.
diverse,
All
so
right.
you're asking us to compare our ethnic group to a ethnic group that makes up the entire populace of another country. Do you understand how lopsided or
I am asking. No,
asymmetrical
I
your
am
argument
asking.
is?
Look,
That's
your
what I'm telling
argument.
you. What you're
What
doing
you
is
are saying.
misleading.
Okay, all right. Tell me what I missed. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just told
Go
you.
ahead.
You didn't listen to what I just said. I'm gonna repeat it again.
No,
You're comparing.
let me.
Okay, here you go. Listen to me.
I'm,
Listen to me. Just listen. Just listen. You're comparing an American ethnic group to an African country.
no, I'm comparing an
Oh
American
my.
ethnic
Oh my gosh,
to an
man. Oh my.
African ethnic group.
Okay, but is that African ethnic group the entire populace of that country?
It doesn't matter. It's the same
It
ethnic
does.
group.
It just answer my
It
question.
doesn't matter.
Just
It
answer
doesn't
my
matter.
question. Just
No,
answer
and
my question.
I said it doesn't matter because I'm comparing
Just
ethnic group to
answer
ethnic
my
group.
It's
question.
still you ask him a question, you got to
Just
answer it.
answer my question.
I said it doesn't matter.
I don't care if you say it doesn't matter. Answer my question.
I'll ask the question again.
Thank you. Does that ethnic group make up the entire population of that country? Yes or no?
No, it might be
Oh
the
my fuck.
majority, but
What
it
the fuck
might
do you
be
mean
the
it's the majority?
majority.
It's 99%.
It might
Could you
be.
stop?
It might be 90. But then, am
What the
I
fuck are you
wrong?
talking about? Yes, you're
It might
wrong.
be 98. It's
Stupies.
98%. It might be 97%. Listen to the
Stupies.
question they
If you
asked.
go get a DNA test, is it gonna come back and say it's 100% your child if the child is yours? No, it's gonna say 99.99%, right? So is it your child all the way? You sound crazy, man. Stop. You know what you're doing. Just stop.
What's the question they asked me? Because
I
you asked me the
already asked
question.
you the question and you erroneously answered it.
Can
I
I
already asked
speak
you
now?
it. Not if you're gonna mislead. Ain't no point.
I'll go ahead. Let me speak, please. This
Go
dude
ahead.
asked me.
Just don't mislead
This
us.
dude, this dude said to me that is the population is black people the entirety of the population? And I answered correctly. I did not mislead. I said, no, they are not. They're the majority. Might be the
Stupees,
strong majority. Yes.
when you say they're the majority, Stupees, the idea that you put in people's head is like they're 65% of the population, 75% of the population. They're 99.99% of the goddamn population, man. Just stop.
It's not that high. It's 95%.
Oh,
But,
oh,
but what you do?
95%. You're dealing with basically an ethnic homogenous group, man. Just stop.
Okay. All right. So no. So what? So okay. Let's
Unbiased. Unbiased?
okay.
When before the 1965 Immigration Act, when all these immigrants came over here, America was viewed as a white country. Guess what? How high was their percentage? It was less than 95%, wasn't it?
It's probably probably 80.
Come on, man.
Okay.
Just stop.
All right.
Stop with the
Okay.
dumb shit,
All right.
Stupies.
Okay. So why cannot you why can't all right based on your fact,
Because you're comparing I'm going to tell you why. I can answer it before you even ask it. The reason you can't do what you're trying to do, you're comparing an ethnic group to a fucking country. If African Americans had their own country, do you think there would be more lawyers per capita for African Americans than there would be in Botswana? Of course, we wouldn't have no shithole country.
and coming back to that, you cannot know. That's an assumption that you're making. You cannot know.
Listen, Stupies, this is it. I'm gonna be honest with you. This isn't to diss any ethnic group of black people that ever existed. The African American or Black American that comes from black people that went through United States slavery is more accomplished than all sub-Saharan African countries combined, and throw in the Caribbean there too. No black people nowhere in the world have accomplished what African Americans accomplished. We're so accomplished that we made it to where you could immigrate to our own country. You didn't make nothing for us. Like, let's just be honest here. These are truths. They may be uncomfortable truths, but they're truths nonetheless, Stupies. This is a reality, bro. Nobody's trying to be disrespectful. I'm being honest.
Can I speak now?
Yes, you may.
Can I speak now?
Yes, you may.
Can I speak now? Because
yes, you may.
The beautiful thing about this is that a young man come and say, okay, the black American is the most accomplished black person in the world. I don't have a problem with that.
World history. I'm being clear. World history.
And he's saying that. But yet still, there's only 40 million black Americans. But I needed to play the numbers game with me now. Xavier, we're going to play the numbers game. And we're going to play the numbers game because this dude is playing a dangerous game. And I like to play the numbers game.
Oh, I like to play the numbers game too. Go ahead. Play the numbers game. Then I'm gonna play that same numbers game with you. Go ahead.
How many black Americans are there? How many FBA is there in total? What's the population of the FBA in the United States?
Let's just assume it's 40 million. Go ahead.
40 million.
Let's just assume that. Go ahead.
40 million FBA.
Yeah, let's just assume it. Go ahead. Let's assume that. Go ahead.
He's saying that from a population of 40 million, from a population of 40 million, he has beat the Nigerians. And the Nigerians would laugh at you silly because you have not. With a population of 240 million, the economy might not look like what you think it should look like, but it don't look like what you stop talking. Let me finish speaking, and then you talk. Because a lot of the propaganda that you get on the news that would tell you that, oh, these African countries are shithole. These African countries were shithole, yes, because they were bombarded by the IMF, by the American destabilization, but they have called themselves out. But since then, educationally, the black American cannot compete with the Nigerian. You see, I'm not even.
Oh my gosh.
Cannot compete with the Nigerian.
Two piece. I gotta cut you off right there. Are you talking about the Nigerians in Nigeria? The black Americans can't compete with them educationally. Is that what you're saying, Doc?
I am telling you that. that the Nigerians, even the
Okay, now,
Nigerians,
wait.
even
Stupid, stop. You said
the
what you said.
Nigerians who are
I want to address
here,
that point. Stupid,
yes,
I want to address
even
that point. The Nigerians that
Nigerians
are
who are
here are freeloading off of African American accomplishments. You don't get
even
credit for
the,
eating from my table.
even
You didn't cook that
even the
food. You don't get
Nigerians
no
who
credit
are
for that.
here,
All you
but
did was
even
eat.
Nigerians who are here,
You
but even the Nigerians, let me
you
speak it.
don't get credit for eating from my table. You did not cook
Go
that
ahead.
food. All you did was eat. You don't get credit for that. When the Nigerians came to America, they never had to struggle past any of the social ills that America had. When they came here, the table was set. They pulled up a chair. They started eating.
Yeah,
You
they
don't
wasn't
get
turning.
credit. You don't get
They
credit for that. You didn't contribute nothing towards American history.
yeah,
You get
they
no
wasn't
credit for it.
turning. They weren't in
Now,
Selma.
hold on,
Weren't
Unbiased.
turning the other cheeks. None of
I
that.
wanna address his point about the Nigerians being more educated over in Nigeria than Black Americans. Stupides, if the Nigerians are more educated over in Nigeria, why the fuck are Nigerians still fleeing Nigeria for America? How come they can't
Dude,
reconstruct in America over in Nigeria? How come Nigeria is still a third world country? So much education, why hasn't it changed that reality? Answer that question, Stupides.
no, a couple of things you jump on because you sound like you sound like Donald Trump. That's my
Yeah,
problem
well,
with the FB.
that motherfucker sounds intelligent on that point.
That's my problem with the FBs. They sound like the white supremacists, right? They
Okay,
sound like the white supremacists.
just answer my question. How come they haven't been able to develop their country? Because I see the white people can go over there and exploit it for a return on their investment. I see that the Arabs were able to go over there and exploit it for a return on their investment. I see that the
Stop
Chinese
talking.
are over there being
Stop
able
talking.
to exploit it for a
Stop
return on
talking.
their investment. How come the Nigerians aren't able to exploit their own land for a return on their investment? Explain that to me. Since
No,
they're so educated,
no,
explain that to me.
no. No, many person will jump up and they will say, "Oh, why are these black countries coming here if they're this good?" And they don't take into consideration this that
Go
the
ahead.
majority of immigrants who come to America annually, and you need to research this, young man, because somebody sending you down a path to hate black people. Let me finish speaking. Let me finish speaking. Because I don't have to talk to you. If you interrupt me one more time, I'm just
I'm
not
not
going to
even
talk to you
interrupting
anymore.
you. I'm letting you talk. Go ahead.
If you interrupt me one more time, I just I don't talk to you. I will talk to Savior. I'll talk to Unbiased. I don't have to talk to
Oh
you.
my God, come on,
When,
go ahead.
when you talk, right? No. Majority of people like to say, oh, the Nigerian, they come here for the money. Everybody know that. Just like how the Ukrainians come here for the money. Just like how the Russians come here for the money. Just like how the Jews come here for the money. Anybody who immigrates to America immigrates for the money. Just like how the Swedes come here for the money. Just like how the Canadians come here for the money. Just like how the English come here for the money. Just like how white people from Germany and first world countries come here for the money. I
Okay,
don't.
you answered my question, right? They
Look, I
came here
stopped
for the
talking.
money.
Fuck off. Fuck off. I'm letting me mute you. I'm not listening to you.
All
I'm mute
right,
you. So
good,
I got you.
good. So he not listening to me. So now I'm gonna go. Unbiased. Money,
Yeah,
money is generated from an economy. I don't know if Stu Pease knows this. Money is generated from an economy. If they're so educated, and when they come over here, they say that Black Americans are lazy, right? So they're industrious. So my question is simply, if they come here
Why
for
don't argue against the white people? Why don't argue against white people coming here for the money? Why don't argue against the Ukrainian coming here for the money? Why don't argue against the British coming here for the money? Why is he arguing against black people coming here for the money? It's because him is a Sambo. So he don't want black people to come here for the money. But he have no problem with white people coming here for the money. You understand what I
Time
mean?
out. We're talking
You're a
about
Sambo.
the
No,
African.
you are a Sambo.
We're talking about black immigrants right now. We can get to the white
But
immigrants. I
black
don't mind that
immigrants,
neither. But I'm
no,
talking. You
black
just said that
immigrants
they're
are
more.
lazy
Time out.
immigrants.
Stupid.
You're a
So
Sambo. You're a
you said you was
Sambo.
gonna
That's what
mute yourself if I cut you off. I cut you off, and you still talking
because
to
you're
me.
a Sambo. No, because you're a Sambo. You're
But
a
okay,
Sambo.
I'm
You're
a.
the biggest
Pat,
Sambo in the world.
I'll be a Sambo. Answer the
You're a
question for me,
Sambo.
Stupides. How come they're not
Yeah.
able to create an economy over in Nigeria to generate money so they don't have to come here? Why can't they do that?
But the fastest growing economy in the world now is the African economy.
It's a third world fucking country.
Does it start somewhere, but it's the fastest growing economies in the world. It's the
They've been
African
saying that for
economy.
the last 10 years. It's still a
It
third
don't
world
matter.
country.
Yes. Just like how Just like how Chicago, where the black people live, is a third world country.
It's not no. What do you? This is what I'm. See, this is when you talk to immigrants, they always end up saying some shit that's stupid because they're trying to lower you to their status.
It's
Stupid.
Flint.
Chicago is
It's
a
Flint.
is a Chicago. Chicago is a city in the state of Illinois. Correct?
It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't
Correct?
matter. But it is.
You're comparing
It,
a city to a fucking country.
but that city
This is your
is
problem. You can't do that, Stupies.
Flint, a first world country.
It's like apples and oranges. It don't match. It's not
Unbiased.
a third
Unbiased.
world country.
Unbiased.
Yes.
Unbiased. Is Flint, Michigan, a first world country?
It's not a fucking country at all.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
Yes.
Would you consider Flint, Michigan? If I went to Flint, Michigan, where there's food deserts,
Oh my god.
where there's
Do you
contaminated water.
see
Hold
people?
on, X.
No,
So hold on.
talking.
So now,
Would you consider Flint, Michigan, a first world country?
so hold on. So let me answer this
If
question.
you came off a plane, and the first you didn't go through any major city.
So
You came off the
look.
plane and you were landed in Flint, Michigan. Is that a first world country?
All right. So
This guy's
so hold
crazy.
on. So let me answer. So for Chicago and Flint, Michigan. Now I haven't never been to both, right? So, but
He hasn't either.
But I've been listening to people who have been in both, right? And I don't know, it could be true or false, I don't know. But the people who live there, they're saying that is not as bad as what the media is saying.
I'm biased. Let's just use our common sense. We live in the United States of motherfucking America. It is the greatest country in the history of the fucking world. Do you seriously think there's gonna be a first world existence anywhere in this country? No.
You mean third world?
Sure.
You mean third world?
Yeah. Do you think we're gonna have third world problems in the United States? No. It's just a fucking reality. Now there may have been a particular issue at some point with Flint, Michigan's water. Do you think it's gonna eternally be like that? No. This guy's crazy. This guy's crazy.
Let me rebut that because you know what people don't understand. You know what people don't understand. Unbiased.
Yeah.
You know what people don't understand. People talk a lot because
that's why you gotta reword it.
Let's be fair. In the United States of America, it is not fair for everybody. Meaning that equity is not even.
Oh my god.
That equity is not distributed amicably in most cases.
Okay.
That many of our cities that we have, what they experience is not in keeping with what you would regard a first world country. Would you agree with me or disagree on that?
I'm biased. Please let me answer this question. Please don't answer that question foolishly like that.
No.
There's nowhere you can go in the United States of America where you're going to find a black American starving. We don't have third world existence in America, Stupies. Why'd you leave Jamaica? You left Jamaica for economic means, correct? You left for economic means. Do you see over here what you see in your country? No.
I did not ask that question. I did not ask that question. I did not ask the question, and you sidestep my question.
Okay, ask your question again. Ask your question again, Stupies. Let me make sure I was clear.
I'm not asking seconds because I asked an unbiased question.
It ain't like it matter anyway. But it's a misleading question. I'm sure.
It don't matter. It don't matter because let's get back to what you were saying.
It don't. You said Nigerians are more educated than African Americans. Prove your point.
And it's true. It's true.
There's more Nigerian doctors. It's true. That don't. The doctors that they have over in Nigeria, when they come over here, they don't get credit for that shit. You're talking about a whole different standard. We're talking about a different standard.
There are more Nigerian pharmacists. There are more Nigerian.
I'm biased. Answer me this question: who the fuck goes to Nigeria to get surgery? Who the fuck goes to Nigeria to pharmacology for their damn, how you say that word? Pharmaceutical needs. Who goes to Nigeria for that, Stupies? Who does it? Nobody in the fucking world. Nobody in the fucking world.
Let me beat you up. Let me beat you up on something now.
Come on, because I done hit you with 1,000 punches already.
There are more Jamaican nurses than African American nurses.
Stupies, that's what y'all do. Y'all clean people's asses when y'all come over here. That don't make you better. Are you kidding me?
No, you're saying that these people. No, you're saying that you have the most educated people. No, but then you move the goalpost.
No, I'm not. I'm not moving the goalpost. Stupies, compare your collective education of your ethnic group compared to our collective education. We're more educated than you.
And I'm saying no. There's more in Nigeria.
Stupies. Okay, answer this question for me, Stupies. Stop. Stupies. If y'all been over here since the 60s, right? So you've had enough time to acquire intellectual property. You had enough time to acquire sufficient education to be able to go over and reproduce America in your own homeland. Why haven't y'all been able to do that?
No, because we were busy.
Because nurses don't build countries, Stupies. I'll answer it for you. It's rhetorical. Nurses don't build countries, Stupies. They wipe asses.
Let me double back and bitch slap you. Let me double back and bitch slap you.
You ain't landed a shot yet. Yeah, I'm ready.
Let me double back. Of course, because we were producing Colin Powell.
You're producing what?
Colin Powell.
You producing what?
Powell.
Colin Powell. What the fuck Colin Powell got to do with Jamaica?
We were producing a Colin Powell.
Yeah, what did Colin Powell do for Jamaica?
No, I'm saying that we do not necessarily have to go back home. But
what
we can
mean you don't got it? Oh my gosh, Stupies, you can. Stupies, I'm not moving the goalpost. You trying to take credit for helping another corporation. What about your own damn company?
What? No, but we'll go anywhere.
You go anywhere, yeah, because you can't go home. There's nothing where you from. Be honest.
Look.
You don't want to answer that question, Stupies. It's an insecurity that many black immigrants have.
What question?
Why don't y'all take the education and this industrious spirit that y'all have and go back to the countries y'all came from and build them up so that y'all don't have to flee anymore?
Because guess what? Is a dumb, stupid person asked that question.
Of course. The most practical question is from a dumb, stupid person.
No. That's a dumb question, and let me explain it to you.
Oh, hey, and after you're done, I'm gonna give you a country that actually did it. Go ahead.
No country did it.
Yes, they did. And I'm gonna give you the country. Hey, I'm biased. You know the country I'm gonna give them. You know the country I'm gonna give them. You know the country I'm gonna give them. Don't say it. Let me say it. You know the country I'm gonna give them that did it.
Can I speak?
Unbiased.
Unbiased. What was New York's name before?
Wait, say that one more time. Oh, New York.
What was the name of New York?
Name of New York City?
New Amsterdam.
New Amsterdam. Where did all of those people come from?
Canada? I don't know.
And they came from Amsterdam.
Right.
They came from Amsterdam and they came to New York. Why didn't they go back to Amsterdam instead of building one of the greatest cities in the world? People have
he's conflating contexts. There are no Amsterdam people in fucking New York now, right? They were assimilated into America. They became white. Did they not become white people? Did they not just become white people? No,
you see, you're moving
see what I'm saying? I'm not moving the goalposts. Stupid. You are never gonna become a black American. You always gonna be a Jamaican, my brother.
Look.
Always. I'm asking you a question. Why can't y'all go back and build your country?
Let me finish speaking, please. Because guess what? ADOS is 40 million. You're irrelevant, whether we like it or not.
We're irrelevant. How are we irrelevant when we earn more than every other black ethnic group in the world?
That's not true. That's not true.
Oh,
That's
Stupid.
not true.
What's it? The GDP per capita of your country is 6,000 funky ass dollars, man. Would you stop it?
All right. But let me explain why I say it's not true.
Go ahead.
The GDP of black immigrants in America
Uh-huh.
is
Unbiased, watch me cut
greater.
him up. Is
The,
what?
greed, the, G, the GDP
Is what?
of black immigrants in America is
Uh-huh.
higher than the
Uh-huh.
GDP of the
Okay, now, Supees, is the black
uh,
immigrants that's here a significant population or are they a minority?
it does not matter.
The
It does
reason
not
it
matter.
matters, yes, it
It
does.
does
And the
not
reason that
matter.
it matters,
It
Supees,
does
is
not
because you're
matter.
comparing a minority of a collective versus an entire collective. If that was the case, we could just take the top 1% of black American earners and they clearly out earn you.
No, I'm saying that the
Yeah,
GDP of
yeah.
black immigrants is greater than
Okay.
GDP of
If Supees, if we were to create a minority group of black Americans just taking the top earners over here, they would earn more by
it
a
doesn't matter.
significant
It
amount
doesn't
to
matter.
the
It
immigrants
doesn't
that you're
matter.
talking about.
Black,
That is
black
not how you
immigrants.
compare. That's not how you
You just
compare.
compare
That
black
Supees,
immigrants out
that's
earn.
not how you compare earnings,
No.
Supees. You got it all
Yeah.
wrong. You compare your collective earnings versus my collective earnings. We out earn you all. That's why you
Our average.
immigrated here. That's why you
Yeah, but
immigrated
guess what?
here.
And they be better than you. And they come over here, they
How
be
are you
better than
living
you.
better? How are you living better than me? When you go back to where you from, do you live better than me?
No,
Y'all live like shit.
they don't have to go back. When they go home into the house in America, the
Time out, time out,
average
time out.
black immigrant,
Supees, is America not my house? It's not your house, right? You just a
it
visitor.
don't matter. The
You just a
average black
visitor.
immigrant,
You just a
the average
visitor.
black immigrant,
Yeah,
the
but
average
Supees,
black
the
immigrant
whole you can't
earn.
compare. You cannot
Listen to me.
compare.
No. Hmm?
You cannot compare a minority immigrant population to a collective from a country, Supees. That's not how that
Black,
works, baby. That's
black
not how that
immigrants
works. That's
out
not how
earn
that
the
works.
others.
But
And you know that too.
Supees, when y'all are able to take this
Black
earning
immigrants.
power that y'all got and go back and do something with it
You don't
from the
want to
countries
have
that
to go
y'all
back.
come to, I'll salute you. But until that day, Supees, all you're doing is freeloading off the accomplishments of black Americans.
No,
You don't get
no.
credit. You don't get credit for that, Supees. You're not contributory to the United States in no way, shape, or form. There's nothing that you all do that you can't be replaced for. Nothing.
Same with you. There's nothing that
No,
you
it's
can do that you. There's
Supees.
not.
If I wasn't here, you couldn't be here. What are you talking about?
That's a lie. That's a
Supees,
lie.
the 1960s.
Yeah.
Look it up right now. Y'all didn't start coming over here in mass until post 1965. 1965 was the 1965 Immigration Act that got signed into office. That came on the heels of
That's a
the civil
lie.
rights. Who the fuck accomplished the civil rights? That was
Okay.
black Americans. You
Uh,
literally couldn't be here
okay.
without me.
Uh,
Stop it. And
that's a lie.
another not
Can I
just
say
that,
something,
Supees.
please?
When y'all got to America, the table was set. All you did was pull up a chair and start eating. When I got to America, it literally didn't exist. What are you talking about?
Are you ready? Are you ready?
You're not making
Let me
sense when you're talking. You ask me, am I ready?
Can I ask you now? No, because what you said that my grandfather was recruited by
For
the
what?
U.S. government to build the
For what?
Panama Canal. To build the
To build
Panama Canal.
a Panama Canal? To build a
Yes.
Panama
My,
Canal, Supees?
my
Seriously?
grandfather was, of course. My
Supees, I'm
wife was
asking
recruited.
you.
Let me
I'm asking
finish.
you what
Let me
you
finish. You
did for
said
the
you said
U.S. of A,
no.
baby.
Wait.
The
Let
Panama
him make his point about the canal first, so we see where he's going.
the Panama Canal is a project of the United States of America. The United States of America built that canal. That
Mm-hmm.
canal was responsible for a major economic boom in the Americas. My grandfather was recruited to build a Panama Canal. That's one. You said I could not be here without you.
You
You
couldn't.
have nothing to. No. Listen, that's a white man. My wife was
That's a
at her
white man.
house. That's a white man who recruited my grandfather. My
That's the white.
wife
Oh,
was
come
at
on.
her.
Oh, see, I'm biased. What I told you. The immigrants think that the way they got over here was by way of white people. Stupides. How many
Can I finish?
hold on. Answer this question for me, because you said your grandfather. Your grandfather is one of how many people that worked on the Panama Canal?
Hundreds of thousands.
Hundreds of thousands.
Mhm.
One.
Who,
So what
who was
what
recruited?
what portion, two P's? Yeah, America has people from all over the fucking world that they recruit to do projects. What your people don't get credit for that? The fuck are you talking about?
You see, what I am saying to you, what you're
Yeah,
saying to me that
two P's.
let me
You
say something
wouldn't
to the
come out.
all right,
Albert Einstein was not born in the United States of America, right? Does his people get credit for the shit that he accomplished over here? No, it don't work like that. Again, your arguments are foolish. But nonetheless, let me tell you about a group of people, Supis, that were able to actually produce something for their own country by learning from other people. You ready, Supis? He still on the line, Unbiased?
Yeah. Wait. Yeah, he's still there. He's
Tell
on
him,
mute.
tell
He's on mute. He probably got
yeah,
some
no doubt.
background noise.
Supis, go and look up the Japanese. They're just an island group of people. Prior to the 20th century, they were in a third world country state, ruled over by different
They were
Europeans.
in a savage state.
They were nothing. They were fucking done.
Barbarians, basically.
Within 40 fucking years, those people were able to rival Western powers, called the Yellow Peril. Them niggas didn't flee their country, Supis. They left from their country to go and learn from other countries. But they brought that shit back and they built for themselves. And then you talk about the African countries that got oppressed and destroyed by Western powers. Japan got fucking oppressed before it even became a superpower, and then after becoming a power, it got destroyed again, and they still were able to rebuild. What is wrong with the immigrant population of blacks that come here that can't do the same thing that them people could do? Why could the Japanese do it, but your people couldn't, Stupid?
Can I say something now?
Yeah,
Because this
say
is
it.
the nicest.
Stupid, answer my question.
No, I'm not answering your question. I need that.
Answer my question. How come the Japanese could leave out of their country, go and obtain intellectual resources, bring it back, and reconstruct their country to where you don't see them fleeing from Japan no more? Shit, you ain't ever see them flee from Japan, but you don't see them fleeing. How come your people gotta flee?
Guess what? You know that you're dumb as hell because if you
I'm dumb because you
World
can't answer my goddamn questions, stupid.
understand that after World War II,
You can't answer none of my questions.
America
did not rebuild Japan. Japan rebuilt its fucking self.
That's not true. America rebuilt
That
Japan.
is true. The same with Germany. Stupid. The Japanese, they would send people over to America, right? And they would look at like car companies and shit like that. They would go there, they would act like tourists. They would be taking pictures. They brought that fucking intellectual property back to their countries, and they built cars like Mitsubishi, Honda, and all of those, and they were able to outdo American companies. That's how they were able to rebuild their country. You don't know what you're talking about.
I won't even rebut you on that because what you don't
know what
understand
you're
is that
talking about. You're just talking.
every country that America has invaded after World War II, they assisted in rebuilding those countries, especially the European nation like Germany, and America rebuilt Germany because Germany was split.
Oh, okay. Hold on, watch this, Unbiased. If that's the case, they rebuilt Africa, didn't they? They were giving financial aid to Africa. They were giving financial with Jamaica.
America has never rebuilt. America has never been in a global conflict in Africa.
Did Europe finance Africa? Did America finance anything in Africa? Yes or no?
No.
Just stop, stupid, because you're lying now. Just stop. You're lying. You're not even having a sensible argument anymore. You're just lying.
Can I speak now? Because
you've been speaking and you ain't been saying shit.
This dude,
you've been speaking and you ain't saying shit.
You don't give me a chance to rebut. You said to me that
I do give you time, but when I give you time, you answer with an answer that's not sufficient.
Okay. Can I speak, please? Unbiased, can I speak?
Yes, sir.
Unbiased. Can I get 2 minutes to speak?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure. Yes, sir.
He made a statement that I needed him to come to the United States. He made a statement that black people around the world needed black people in America to come to America. That's what he said. And I'm saying to him that no, that black people around the world was invited to America by white people,
Oh my
not by
fucking
American
gosh.
black people.
Oh my fucking gosh,
Unbiased, can I
man.
speak unbiased?
Wait, I
Unbiased, can
can't
I
hear you.
speak
I
without
can't.
interruption?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I speak without interruption?
Yes, sir.
Because if we look at the visa policy of the United States in the late 50s and early 60s, it was opened up to black people around the world, even when white people in America did not want their black people to be in their spaces. They opened up the opportunity for other black people around the world. Right? Because during the late 50s, the late 50s and 60s, during they wanted people to work and they wanted black people. And they opened it up to black people around the world. Not
Okay.
what black people. Can I finish speaking? Because you act like a lion now. You act like a
You
lion
are.
because when confronted,
You are.
when
You
confronted,
are.
okay, rebut what I'm saying, and I finished
No
speaking.
problem.
Rebut
Hey,
anything that I'm
I'm
trying.
biased. If you simply Google when did Caribbeans begin to immigrate to the United States, it will tell you Caribbean immigration to the United States has occurred in waves, with the first major wave beginning after 1965. This is what I keep talking about. The 1965 Immigration Act, stupies, that came as a result of the accomplishments of the civil rights. You don't even know this because you're not from here. Prior to that 65 Immigration Act, do you know what type of people were being recruited to come or being allowed to immigrate to the United States of America? You had to be white to come to America, essentially. And not just any white, they wanted specific type of whites. Northern whites, Western, like they wanted a specific type of white people. They did not want black people coming here. The white people did not at all want any black people to come here. They already had a black population that they wanted to get rid of. Why the fuck would they want your black asses to come? You don't make sense. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Your immigration to the United States is completely contingent upon black American accomplishments. Had black Americans not accomplished the civil rights feats, you would not be here. You would not be here. And it wasn't white people that were inviting you to come here. That's not how it went. Immigration immigrate to the United States. And you'll see exactly what I'm
But I
telling you
said
about.
it.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
wrong. I said it.
in large masses, about like yeah,
No,
nineteen
it clearly it tells you right here. As soon as you Google it, Google AI is going to tell you Caribbean immigration to the United States has occurred in waves, with the first major wave beginning after 65. And then look, at 41 to 1950, nearly 50,000 immigrants settled in the United States, taking advantage of the war economy and post-war economic growth.
Right.
Just 50,000. 50,000. Do you know
What
how
was the population?
insignificant that
No. That wasn't
50
insignificant.
that
What was
50,000 is not insignificant? 50,000 is not
because the question,
insignificant?
what was the population of the United States in 1950?
It was in the millions. What are you talking about?
What was this? No, you said insignificant. What was
Yeah,
the
it's
population
insignificant.
of the United States? Okay.
Okay, the 19. Let's go to the 19. Hold on, 1950s. Let's see what the population was of the United States.
What we looking up?
The population of the United States in 1950
Okay.
was
1940s to 19, the population of the United States increased by
It was a third of what it is.
19.1 million
It was,
from 40 to
it was,
50.
it was
It was
$151 million.
okay. Now, what is 50,000 of that? What percentage is that?
No,
Stupies?
I'm saying to you,
Is that even 1%?
no, but when we look at that population, we need
Is
to
that
look at
even
that population. Let me finish speaking. You need to look at that population and say,
Stupies?
during that time,
Hold
oh,
on, come on. I don't feel like hearing this shit no more because you're just gonna keep
because
saying dumb shit.
no,
The fact of the matter
in
is, you didn't
1950,
start coming
in
over here
1940,
in significant portions until post 1965. You couldn't, Stupies. They didn't want you here.
most, that's a lie. White people wanted them here.
No, they didn't. What skill did you possibly have to where they would want
They
you
wanted
here?
who here?
Stupies talking about white people wanted Jamaicans here. This nigga's lost his
And
mind.
what year? And what year? What year?
Yeah, prior to 1960s, they didn't even want you in 1960s.
They did have they did have a few, a handful
They
of.
did go out. They did go out and recruit
Yeah,
white people.
it wasn't in large numbers.
But they didn't want y'all the way y'all here now. They didn't want y'all here like.
Oh yeah,
okay.
So let me ask context to that. Yeah,
Unbiased. They only wanted the people that had particular skills.
yeah.
It wasn't. They didn't want millions of motherfuckers here.
So for the most part, they did send them back.
Yeah, and he even sent you back. Like I didn't even.
Listen, the Supreme Court judge, if you listen, do not speak to the police under no condition. You never speak to the police.
No,
You tell
that's
the
false.
police that.
No, that's false. That's only if you're looked at as a suspect. That's when you don't talk.
Even,
Yeah,
all
no,
right.
that's actually true.
I would find a piece of law for you now and tell you when the judge said you do not speak to the police under no condition. No
But
smart person.
When they say speak to the police, though, it depends on what they mean by speak.
Under nothing
suspect,
you don't speak to the police. All
suspect,
listen to the police.
suspect.
Suspect or no suspect. The first thing you
Nah,
say is that I do not answer
All right,
questions.
so you heard me. I said suspect. Stupi says suspect or no suspect. So he took an L to extra architect. So now you might take an L to me. Brother Reggie, the link is in. Oh, he's right there. All right, so real quick.
And I need a lawyer. Because guess the
So real clear, he says suspect or no suspect, and I made it clear.
this police and this lawyer. This police and this lawyer. And they were
give me that link.
having a roundtable
Guru
discussion.
Scholar, I
No.
guarantee you.
They were having a roundtable discussion at law school.
Okay, so Brother Reggie, this is going to be 3 minutes. Well, not even that, probably 1 minute. I'm just pointing out that this dude has a track record of getting out there, debating stuff that he's not well informed on. So he is saying that it is advised by law enforcement and attorneys to don't speak to law officials under no circumstances. And I'm saying, Stu Peace, that advice is only for suspects. He said suspect or no suspect. So just real quickly. So he said he had a link. I said, all right, give me that link.
I guarantee you, they're talking about a suspect. They're not talking about an.
No, they're not talking about no suspect.
Okay, so he does. So now I said, I guarantee you, he's talking about a suspect. He said, no, they ain't talking about a suspect. All right.
You ready? Let me find the video.
Yeah.
With this.
Just as Jackson stated, quote, any lawyer worth his salt, today we would say his or her, will tell.
Now, this is Stu P's source, by the way. This is the link he wanted me to play.
Just as Jackson stated, quote, any lawyer worth his salt, today we would say his or her, will tell the suspect, his client, in no uncertain
The suspect. This is his link. It said suspect. Dude, crazy.
terms Justice on the Supreme Court, Justice Jackson stated, quote, any lawyer worth his salt, today we would say his or her, will tell the suspect, his client, in no...
All right, so I'm good. I'm good with that. So therefore, anybody take this guy serious after that, that's just on you. All right. So we are here to talk about some FBA business. Hey, peace, brother Reggie. Is your mic? Can you hear me? Oh, he stepped out. All right. So as you've seen, I'll wait for brother Reggie. So this guy Stu Peace has a track record of not knowing what he's talking about. Before he gave me the link, I said, I guarantee you he's talking about suspect. He gave me the link, and the first thing he said was suspect. The first thing. Like when we talk about you die at your source, he literally perished on the spot. Okay? Yo, my brother's a police officer, and I know so much about this type of law enforcement, not through him, just research and online and reading, that my brother, when he does his tests about like stuff like that, he'll ask me because he want to know if I know, because I know so much, and he'll tell you like I know a lot about civics and things like that. So I told brother Reggie, and that's why I was that confident. I said, bro, there's no way they're going to advise you to not talk to a police officer at all. It's only for suspects because we are law-abiding citizens and we're supposed to talk to police officers, especially to stop a crime. Because if you own a house and you got crime going on, your property falls, your school is screwed, and it doesn't benefit. Hey, peace, brother Reggie.
Hey, peace, Unbiased. So do you want to do a separate show from
Oh
this?
yeah, you know what? And I was gonna do that. Yeah. Okay. So everybody, thank you, because let's do that because that was a stupid piece thing. Let me so what I do, I just stop this right here and just put another title.
Yes.
Okay. So what they gotta do, just reset?
Yeah, when you start the new show, you start the new show and you send me the link.
No,
And
you're on here. You don't gotta leave. You're here.
oh,
Like unless you want the YouTube link.
no.